What's up, everybody? It's Michael here. I'm here to talk about DOA 6. So I'm excited about DOA 6. I'm very excited. However, I may be in the minority a little bit because recently there was an interview during E3 this week, and the developers said that they were going to be toning down the sexiness and making the female characters more conservative a little bit. They're going to make the characters not as sexy, and they're going to definitely tone down the jiggles of physics and make them more natural. And this upset a lot of people who are longtime fans of the series because they're like, my titties, I need my titties. They need the titties. They want the titties. They gotta have the titties. And I'm like, I guess. But I guess my perspective on this game is a little bit different because I'm not a straight male, so I'm not really understanding the need for titties, especially when the fan service that they so quote unquote love so dearly isn't equitable, which is what this video will be talking about. Now look at Kasumi. This is what she's gonna look like in DOA 6. Very conservative, very, demure. And bam! DOA 5 Kasumi got the titties out. And the juxtaposition between DOA 5 and DOA 6 is very different. Like, Kasumi is not being oogled at. They think they reduced her cup size too by maybe 4 or 5 cups. Not 4 or 5 cups, maybe 2 or 3 cups. They still has very nice sized breasts, but not like this. And this costume is just ridiculous. Like, what is she wearing? Why is she wearing a layer around her breast? That wouldn't cover up anything, especially when she floats around and fights and stuff, but video games, whatever. So, I think where my issue comes in is that I had a conversation on Twitter a week ago about sexualization of characters and females and whatnot, and the person I forgot her name. We were going back and forth about sexualization of characters and saying male characters are sexualized too. And I'm like, not to the same degree, but yeah, in a certain way they are, but nowhere near what female characters have to be objectified as. They're not even in the slightest. And she kept going back and forth with me and just did not see she was making a lot of false equivalencies between how men are objectified and how women are objectified. So I'll use DOA as a great example of how the series treats women and men as far as sexuality is concerned. Now look at these are the losing poses for all the characters. Well, these are all the female characters. Well, some of the female characters. I didn't want to include all of them. There's too many characters in there. But majority of them look like this, slouched over completely, panting and moaning, and titties out, just jiggling forever. And then the way they it just looks so sexually suggestive. It's okay, we get it, DOA. You love seeing girls with their titties out. You love seeing big cleavages, and you love making suggestive noises and moans and panting and moanings and stuff. And we get it. You like that. And of course, a lot of the fan base likes that too. But my issue has always been that DOA has catered to singularly straight men since the first one. They've always catered to them as far as costumes and character designs and all that stuff, because while the female characters are just out there, titties out and all that stuff, the male characters are so buttoned up and suited up, and they're barely even showing any skin most of the time. And if you do get the most they ever do is a shirtless character. The amount of DLC packs for this game as far as bikinis are concerned is crazy. I think there was at least 3 or 4 bikini packs for the female characters in it. I can remember. I might be a little off. It might be more than that, actually. But I think the male character only had one swimwear pack. And I know it was the MMA pack with maybe MMA fighters and stuff. And I was oh, it's gonna be great. And I did a couple of them. I did Riggs a lot, and I like Leon's a lot. I think that looked really good. But no, not Leon. It was Bayman. Sorry, got him mixed up with Leon. They fight almost exactly the same. And I was excited about them because I was oh, this looks good. This looks cool. And when they actually did come out with an actual beach swimwear DLC pack, it was just the most buttoned up. What beach are you guys going to? I don't know. It's just nowhere near as lewd and crazy and over the top as the female characters in their DLC packs. And even the costumes, the male costumes are so conservative and bundled up. It's I don't know what world they live in, but I don't know. But I'm gonna switch over to Street Fighter for really quick, because like the Street Fighter crowd's like, well, it's good they're bundling up. I don't like all that TNA in my games. I don't like all those titties in my games. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, Street Fighter is super loot. Street Fighter 5 is like, they went out the window when it came to like all the lewdness and all the, I mean, this, like, they took this out eventually, but this crotch shot was unnecessary. Like, even her leotards, like, is so much of her, like, vagina area is still visible in this. Like, you can almost see her lips probably. Like, it's crazy. So for people who play Street Fighter or other fighting game brands that are similar to Street Fighter, like maybe Tekken, they're like they're all highbrow, like, oh, they don't play games, all that fan service. I don't like fan service. Like, come on, you play Street Fighter, like, you obviously have some like a fan service. Like, I can count on my hands just a few characters that have fans. Like, there's Monat, there's Laura, there's who else? Monat, Laura, Mika, Cammy, Chun-Li, especially Chun-Li. They just went all out there. I mean, she has the most costumes in the game too, but then her costumes are all super revealing, super sexy, and what makes it worse is some of these angles that you can see all in her crotch. Like her super move, oh my god, you can see all in everywhere. You see it. And if you play Street Fighter 5, don't act highbrow. Like, you like lewdness too. And for those who were like, well, the male characters are sexualized too. Not really. Like, come on. Ryu shirtless is not nearly as lewd or sexual or sexualized as Chun-Li or other females. Like, just stop it, please. Even Urian's, like, I love this costume because it's like he's not wearing much, but it's not made to be sexy though. It's kind of one of those afterthoughts. Like, it's not. It's the intention is not to make a sexy character. But who was sexy was Cody. Like, this is what you call corrective, like, I guess corrective, like, sexualization of characters, because this is like even the playing field just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Like, Cody's movements and his personality and his animations are made to be like sexy and sexy to Casanova and like Marky Mark and Rico Suave type stuff. Like, he's really made to be like this all-American, jock, cute, pretty boy, badass, bad boy type. Like, he fulfills so many different, like, I guess, archetypes for like all-American sexy guy. Like, it's crazy. Like, he looks like Marky Mark from the 90s though, honestly. And they didn't have to put him in Hagar's like overalls at all, but it looks really good. Like, he got you shit underwear showing. Like, it's so much. It's like they really went for like sex appeal and sexiness and cool and hot and casting. Alright, so let me get back because I'm just got on a tangent about Street Fighter because I was a little upset. So we're gonna go back to DOA, and Virtual Fighter had their characters in the game for DOA 5, and the way they treated their characters was so delicate and nice. Like, they didn't try to over sexualize their characters. They probably couldn't, but like Virtual Fighter was like, nah, like, our women are not here to be titillating and not here to, like, you know, be these objectified the way you do your own character. Like, we're here just to fight, which is a difference than the way DOA does, because they're definitely into their fan service is so apparent. And it's odd how Virtual Fighter treats their female characters and how DOA treats their male characters, because the way Virtual Fighter treats their female characters is how DOA treats their male characters. Very conservative, very buttoned up, very, like, not showing any skin, not being sexualized, no crotch shots, no butt shots, no nothing. Like, it's just, they're just guys who fight. And I think now with Part 6 being more focused on it being, for 6 to come and deviate so far from the fan service-y etchiness of the previous 5 in the series, it's just them saying to themselves, okay, we want to take this in a new direction. Definitely want to be taken more seriously, because a lot of people don't take DOA seriously, simply because of the titties and the ass and all that shit. And I think it's actually a good thing, because not only will this help them as far as, like, you know, have more tournament visibility and more esports visibility, it will help people not look at the series as like this ecchi, you know, ecchi, like hentai trash that people have always seen the series as. And I think that's actually a good thing in the long run. Those people right now are probably, oh, my titties are gone, oh, my titties, oh, I miss my titties. I think in the long run, people will probably be like, okay, now I can focus more on the core aspects of the game. Hopefully the developers spend more time developing the game and not focusing so strongly on DLC and costumes. Like, I feel like the time and energy they spent on DLC that they could have been spending on making new characters or actually adding more mechanics to the game or new moves, whatever. So, yeah. Point blank, bottom line is that fan service is really man service. It's made to entice and draw in male players to play these games. It is not on equal playing field as the male counterparts in the games. Like, the male counterparts in these games are just here to fight and look cool. The women characters, they're not really made to just be cool. They have to be cool, they have to be sexy, they have to be objects, they gotta be cute, they gotta be so many things. And it's just like, but for me, I think that in the long run, this will definitely help the series grow more, and people can stop complaining about it's just big, sexy, oh, it's just hentai, it's just stupid. Like, they can actually like, oh, this is a really cool fighting game, and then more people are like, oh, this is a really cool fighting game, I think I want to try playing it. So, yeah, you won't have to worry about people talking about how lewd and crazy and silly and objectifying the game is. There's always beach volleyball. If you want that, if you just need titties and ass that bad, just play the beach volleyball. It's still there. There's a new one out. They still have the DLC for it, so just buy that. Alright guys, what do you guys think? Do you think that this will hurt the series, having no titties and ass? Do you think it's going to help hurt sales and stuff? Well, let me know in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. And yeah, we will see you next video. Peace out.